Good afternoon, and welcome to the 113th Ceremonies of Brock University's Convocations. We are so glad that you're joining us today. Please take this opportunity to turn the volume off on your cell phone so it doesn't interrupt the ceremony. And the graduates will be entering the gymnasium soon, and we ask that you please remain seated. Thank you, Strong Water Singers, for being with us today. Our next processions will be here in a few minutes. Please be comfortable. The academic and chancellor's processions will enter the gymnasium at the sounding of the fanfare. Please rise if you are able.
Please be seated. My name is Geraldine Jones, and as University Registrar, it is my privilege to declare the 113th Convocation for the conferring of degrees and certificates in session. Chancellor Pearson, President Rigg, platform guests, graduating students, family, and friends. Welcome to Brock University's Spring Convocation, a time of celebration for our students, families, and friends. On behalf of the Brock community, we begin this gathering by acknowledging the land on which we gather is the traditional territory of the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe peoples, many of whom continue to live and work here today. This territory is covered by the Upper Canada Treaties and is protected by the Dish with One Spoon Wampum Agreement. Today, this gathering place is home to many First Nations, Métis, and Inuit peoples, and acknowledging reminds us that our great standard of living is directly related to the resources and friendship of Indigenous people. It is my pleasure this afternoon to introduce from the Chancellor's procession, Dr. Honorary Pearson, Chancellor of Brock University. Dr. Leslie Rigg, Vice Chancellor and President of Brock University. Kyle Dubas, Pittsburgh Penguins President of Hockey Operations, today's honorary doctorate recipient, and our guest to deliver the convocation address. Dr. Brian Power, Mace Bearer and Vice Provost and Associate Vice President Academic. Neerai Kapisa-Vanhu, Brock University Board of Trustees. Dr. Lynn Wells, Provost and Vice President, Academic. Elder Dave LaBay, Innu Nation. Jennifer Garashi, Vice President, Administration. Brad Clark, Associate Vice President, Students and Associate Vice President, Equity. Dr. Rajiv Jangiani, Vice Provost, Teaching and Learning. Chris Phillips, Brock University Alumni Association. Dr. Peter Titus, Dean, Faculty of Applied Health Sciences. Joining them on stage are university senators, faculty, staff, and student representatives from across the university. I would ask them to please stand together and be recognized with their colleagues. Please be seated. I now invite Chancellor Pearson to deliver words of welcome.
Good afternoon. President Rigg, honored guests, Brock University graduates, families and friends, welcome to this great day of Convocation. Graduates, I congratulate each and every one of you. You know that today is a joyful milestone in your life and in the lives of those who have supported you in your journey. And it wasn't an easy journey. A university degree is a hard-won accomplishment that you should be proud of. And you, the class of 2023, had some especially hard challenges in your time here, as did the classes of 2021 and 2022. You had to live through the pandemic-imposed closure of campus and the need to work online, losing valued time in person with your classmates and teachers. Nevertheless, you and your families persevered to arrive successfully at today's celebration. And I applaud you all for your resilience and your drive. I also want to salute the many individuals who brought you to this day. The teachers, the mentors, the advisors, the coaches who have been in your corner all the way. This university is a true community. If you have lived in residence, if you've eaten in a dining hall, if you've walked to class, worked in a lab, practiced in the athletic facilities, or simply enjoyed time in one of the many common spaces on campus, you have been supported by a faculty member, a residence advisor, a coach, an administrator, or a facilities maintenance person who has made it possible. And I thank them all for their commitment and for the special effort that they made in the face of the pandemic to offer you the best possible education and university experience. I also want to acknowledge today the amazing generosity of the broader Niagara community. As donors, as employers, sponsors, and friends, people in the community have made it possible for Brock to give our students unique opportunities for workplace experience while still engaged in your studies. Brock has an outstanding co-op, career, and experiential education program. Nearly all of Brock's courses include the opportunity for hands-on learning, often in collaboration with organizations in the community. And this wouldn't be possible without individuals who recognize the value of working with Brock and our students. And to illustrate this, here are two quick stories for you, recent stories. In 2011, Rachel Song graduated from Brock with a master's in accounting, and she now works for Siemens Energy. In April of this year, she was given the prestigious Alumni Co-op Employer Award for her outstanding contributions to Brock's co-op program as a mentor and co-op champion within her company. She was motivated by her own experience with a co-op placement, which was facilitated through Brock. She has provided several meaningful work experiences for students, some of which have led to full-time employment. She has also offered valuable guidance and mentorship. She's returned to campus as a guest speaker, and she's created an environment that fosters learning and development for students within Siemens Energy. And she says, I know what it feels like to be supported and how valuable a co-op placement is. So as soon as I had a chance to give back, I did. And here's a second story from this year. This spring, political science students at Brock and their professors had a hands-on experience with the housing challenges faced by Indigenous communities in Niagara. They met with Indigenous guests, they developed policy briefs and recommendations, and then they sat down at the Niagara Regional Native Centre with members of the communities and the regional government to present and discuss their proposals for finding housing solutions. This project is a terrific example of how Brock offers experiential research and education opportunities with real-world impact. What's more, it furthers the commitment of Brock students and staff to supporting a culture of reconciliation and decolonization. Their work will help support Indigenous-led conversations and keep the knowledge shared between Indigenous guests and Brock students in community hands. Here at Brock, we help our students become engaged citizens who are resilient, involved, career-ready, and versatile. We can't do this without the help and support of the larger Niagara community. So a heartfelt thank you to the many employers and community partners with whom we have collaborated this year. Graduates, I come back to you as I conclude. As you prepare to leave Brock, I share with you a thought attributed to the classical Roman author Plutarch. Quote, "The mind is not a vessel to be filled, but a fire to be kindled," end quote. I hope that your time here has indeed kindled a fire in you to explore your life after Brock with excitement and with purpose. Congratulations, warm wishes for your future success. Thank you.
It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Leslie Rigg, President and Vice Chancellor, Brock University.
Thank you so much. Family, friends, honored guests, and graduates, welcome to Convocation. It is my great honor to address you today as the newly installed President and Vice Chancellor of this great institution. Like you, I was attracted to Brock by its outstanding reputation. It's hard not to be impressed by a place that's so dedicated to providing the absolute best student experience in the country, whose faculty includes many 3M teaching fellows, considered to be the most exceptional instructors in the entire country. An institution whose researchers make breakthroughs every day, improving the way we live, impacting both our society and our environment, and by solving some of the biggest challenges we face. Brock is indeed a special place to work and to study. But of course, the most impressive thing about this place is you, our students, and soon to be our newest alumni. As we gather here today for this convocation ceremony, we celebrate the culmination of your years of hard work, dedication, and sacrifice. At Brock, we are committed to providing students with a world-class education, which of course prepares you for success in your chosen fields. As you receive your degrees today, I'm confident that you are well equipped to make the positive impact in your community and the world at large. Today's ceremony also provides an opportunity to reflect on the values and principles that guide our university community. At Brock, we truly believe in the power of education to transform lives, to inspire innovation, to promote social justice and equity. We're committed to fostering a culture of inclusivity, diversity, and respect, where all members of our community can thrive and contribute to the greater good. I hope you carry these values with you wherever life takes you after today. As we celebrate your academic achievements, we acknowledge the important role that your families, your friends, and your mentors have all played in supporting you along the way. To all of our guests, I extend my warmest thanks to all of you for your unwavering support and dedication to our students. Graduands, as you prepare to step out into the world, I'd like to make a seemingly small but really important request of you. No matter where you go, no matter what you do, please remain curious. Curiosity is the engine of creativity. It's the engine of innovation and progress, the key to unlocking new insights and opportunities. At Brock, we have cultivated a strong culture of curiosity, one that encourages our students and researchers to pursue their passions, explore new ideas, challenge conventional wisdom, and make personal and professional breakthroughs each and every day. We believe that curiosity is the foundation of a lifelong learning process, one that continues long after you've earned your degree. So I urge you, embrace your innate curiosity. Seek out new experiences, challenge assumptions, take risks, try new things, and embrace failure as a natural part of that process. When we approach life with a sense of curiosity, we begin to see the beauty and complexity of the world in new and profound ways. It promotes a sense of wonder. But perhaps the most important aspect is that curiosity drives passion. Passion for the people, places, and things that you find all around you, or perhaps for the people, places, and things that you have yet to encounter, yet to see, yet to experience. And living your passion means living a life filled with joy. I've had the good fortune of being able to live my passion throughout my adult life, spending much of my time as an ecologist and a forest biogeographer. It meant I got to spend a lot of time in forests with forest trees and spectacular landscapes. It's exactly where I wanted to be. My passion has taken me around the world, introduced me to my lifelong partner, 31 years anniversary today, and most recently has brought me to this fantastic institution, where I now get to play a role in helping foster the passion in you. Find what you feel most passionate about and strive to get there, because when you do, you will find joy and all the fun that life has to offer. So please, stay curious, pursue your passions, explore new horizons, and challenge yourselves. The world is full of wonder and possibility. In closing, I want to congratulate each and every one of you. You have done so much. You have achieved. And I want to remind you that you are part of a vibrant and supportive community of people who are always there to offer you support, guidance, and encouragement. No matter where life takes you, please know that you can count on the support of your fellow Badgers. They will always help you along the way. And of course, know that you are always welcome to come back home to Brock. So from all of us here at Brock to the class of 2023, congratulations.
Madam Chancellor, it is my honor to introduce Mr. Kyle Dubas, President of Hockey Operations of the National Hockey League's Pittsburgh Penguins. Kyle is a 2007 alumnus of Brock University's Bachelor of Sport Management program, graduating then with first-class honors standing. Beyond Brock, Kyle has achieved pinnacle successes within Canadian commercial sport. As hockey executive, Kyle has held general manager positions with the Ontario Hockey League's Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds, and most recently within Maple Leaf Sport and Entertainment as general manager of the NHL's Toronto Maple Leafs. During his tenure as GM, the team was within the top 5 NHL teams in regular season point totals and progressed to the playoffs each year under his leadership. Additionally, Kyle has worked on anti-racism and equity projects within MLSE front office. As Brock alumnus and industry mentor, Kyle specifically mentors women undergraduates as part of his commitment to developing women leaders in commercial hockey. In his commitment to sport management program, its students and the Brock community, he has returned to Niagara to speak to sport management Alumni Day events and graciously offers his time whenever asked. I have the honor to present Kyle Dubas to receive at your hands the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa.
Kyle Dubas, I admit you to the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, and I grant you all the rights, privileges, and insignia appertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Madam Chancellor, I take pleasure in calling Dr. Dubas to deliver the Convocation address.
Wow. Well, this is cool. Today is, for me, one of the great honors in my life, frankly. It was 16 years ago today for me that I was sitting where all the graduates are, with my family and the people who are still my closest friends alongside me. And attending Brock University changed my entire life. There's just no other way to put it. It opened the door for me to the greatest personal and professional opportunities that I would ever have. And everything that has come from 2007 and the day that I walked out of here as a graduate, I owe back to Brock University. And so when Dr. Rigg called me in March to offer me the chance to come back here today and receive this honor, it was very overwhelming and frankly made me incredibly nervous, because oftentimes when people are invited to give addresses like this, they have far more life experience and far more wisdom, far more success that they can impart onto the graduates and their families. So though I felt honored, I felt a great deal of imposter syndrome as well. But on May 19th, I was fired from my job with the Toronto Maple Leafs. And it was at that point, after thinking for a couple of months after Dr. Rigg had called, exactly what I wanted to say, and what I could be helpful with. I'd never been fired before. That was my first time. Hopefully my last, but I'll probably get that same conversation again at some point. That's life and the way that it goes. As Dr. Rigg just said, embrace failure. We've had a lot of failure in my time with the Leafs and Sault Ste. Marie, and I'm happy to share that with you at all times. That's the way it goes. But after I was fired, the ensuing days between the end of my time with Toronto and the beginning of my time with Pittsburgh, it became crystal clear to me what I wanted to impart today and what I wanted to share with everybody. And what I have is I have one piece of advice, not for everybody, but a piece of advice that was given to me at a critical time in my life. One thing that I learned in that 10 days between Toronto and Pittsburgh, and I have one favor to ask of everybody, and then we'll go on out of here and turn it over to you. You all are the star of today. I'm just here to talk for a bit and try to help you out if I can. First is the piece of advice that was key for me. So that I have to talk about my grandfather, Walter Dubas. So he was a steel worker and a hockey coach in Sault Ste. Marie, which is where I'm from. He coached the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds in the 1960s. They weren't a part of the Ontario Hockey League then. They were a Junior A program. He coached the team as a volunteer and worked in the steel mill. He did that for 40 plus years, which is remarkable. He had dementia and passed away in 2012, but this is not a sad story. This is a happy one. 2007 is one of the final memories I have of him before he started to decline. It was here at my graduation. He was here with my family and my friends. He was dressed up in his suit for one of the final times, and I often think back of that and smile, because he's the type of person, if you knew, you couldn't help but smile when you think about him. That's him. At the end of my first year at Brock, it was 2004 in the spring, I had been working for the Sioux Greyhounds since I had been in grade 7. And so in every summer, I was leaving Brock and I was going back to work in the office. It wasn't a high-paying job. they had the ability to get, I was able to make $5,000 for the summer, which was great. And then I supplemented that by working at a golf course in Sault Ste. Marie. And then the OHL draft occurs in May of every year, and our scout from the Golden Horseshoe area, which is, I don't know if they still call it the Golden Horseshoe here, but that was this area, he quit before the draft. And so I was 18 at the time, and the general manager, Dave Torrey, came to me at the end of the draft session and asked me, you live in St. Catharines, you go to Brock, you've been a part of our draft process, would you like to take the scouting position with the team? And I think like most people who have been 18 and offered a scouting position in the Ontario Hockey League, I said yes, but there was one problem. The pay for the job was $1,500, and in order to do the job, you had to buy a car, and when you're 18 and you're trying to be the primary driver on a car, insurance is also an issue. So the car was going to cost about $2,500. Insurance at that time was $3,400, so I was going to be losing money. And to go back to my grandfather, we don't come from much money. One of his sayings that he said every day to us when we grew up was, we don't have a lot of money, but we have a lot of fun. So for the rest of the summer, I tried to save as much as I could, and then we had to make the decision about whether I was going to do the job or not. It was going to cost me money. I was going to have to, I did take a job refereeing intramurals here, ball hockey. Not a fun sport to officiate at Brock University, but it helped to add to the bank account. But before I left here and before I took the job, I had members of my family that were telling me that I shouldn't do it because of the cost I was going to incur. I'd already taken on student loans to get my way through, and now I was going to be spending approximately $3,800 more to pay to do a job. And the one day, it was early August, and they were counting on me for an answer before they were going to hire me or hire somebody else. And my grandfather, we were sitting on this bench he had at the end of his driveway, and after listening to everybody discuss this for a while, we were sitting there, and he said, everyone is looking at it as a cost. Look at it as a bet. And the way that I have looked at it ever since was that I never looked at that opportunity as a cost. I looked at it as an investment in myself. And without that investment and without that advice, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't have gone on to work for the team. I wouldn't have gone on to work for the Leafs, and now not for the Penguins. So the advice that I was given that I would pass on today is that when things come up and they don't seem perfect and you think there may be a cost to them, either the toll on you or in terms of making less money somewhere, if you think it's the right opportunity, don't look at it as a cost. Look at it as an investment in yourself and what you really want to do. As you go from here, a lot of times people will say to you, try to find something that you love or that you're passionate about. You'll never work a day in your life. I think that's ambitious, and it's a great idea. But I can absolutely tell you that if you find something that you really love and you're passionate about, there are going to be days when it's going to absolutely feel like work. And it's going to be very hard. So my second piece would be, find something that you really still love when it gets incredibly hard, when you fail, when you lose, when people tell you that you aren't very good, when people doubt you. That's really what you're probably meant to be doing, is if you can find that thing that you still love when it becomes really hard, that's for you. And my encouragement would be to invest in yourself when you get there. The lesson that, what I learned, so the second part that I'd like to share today, is from the day that I was fired by the Leafs to the day that I took the position with Pittsburgh. Knowing that this was coming up, it became remarkable to me and Sean a bright light to me on the fact that in those 10 days, the people that I relied upon most to help make the decision of and to help me get back up on my feet when you get knocked on your butt, when you get fired, it's not the greatest moment of your life, but the people that helped me and pushed me just so happened to be the same people that were sitting here with me in 2007. They were the ones that pushed me to go and take the conversation with the Penguin staff and entertain other people who had come along. And then reflecting back on my whole time with those friends and my family, I was able to reflect back and realize that along the way, when you fail, so every year when you lose, when you don't reach your goal, every time when you make a bad trade, when you make a bad signing, when you don't hire the right people, it's always the same people that are there to help you and lift you up. And when I look back on all of those times in my life when, I'll just bluntly put it, when I think my decisions haven't been the greatest as it pertains to my professional work, when we've fallen short of our goal, it's always been the same people who were here with me that day in 2007. Brock University means a significant amount to me because in 2003, I met my wife here. I was in Valley residence and she was in DQ. And like most, well, I think relationships in university go one of two ways. The people are either together the whole time, every day for 4 years, and they sometimes work out, sometimes don't, or like our experience, it was on, off, on, off, on, off. Every summer you break. Frosh week, you're back. It's the way it went. And then from 2011 on, we've been rolling, and she's here with our 2 kids. But she's obviously been my primary supporter. She was the one who pushed me to really not sit back and attack every opportunity after the situation in Toronto ended. And what I learned in that 10 days is, and reflecting back on it, is that you're going to walk out of here today. And Dr. Riggs said you can always come back to Brock, but I think the thing that you'll find is that Brock goes with you. The people, your relationships, they're some of the strongest relationships you're going to have. And especially when things go poorly for you, or you're having a tough time, or you're struggling, it's going to be the people that you're sitting beside right now and the people that have come here and joined you that are going to be the ones that are going to help you out the most. And I'd really encourage, that's been my experience, and I'd really encourage you to really enjoy today with these people, because they're going to be with you a long time. They're not going anywhere, even though it ends today. I remember when we were here, some of my friends were extraordinarily excited. Some of them were scared out of their mind about what was next. Some were just indecisive. But we're all still very, very close now. And it's something that I think you'll find as you leave here. My final thing I'd like to ask of everybody is a favor. I think this is a great institution. And I think it's only getting greater by the day and certainly by the year. And people who graduate from Brock are going on to do amazing things, not only locally and nationally, but internationally as well. Brock doesn't have the history in terms of length as some of the other institutions in Ontario or around the world. And what I've seen in my time since leaving Brock is that can often be a source of mocking, the things that rhyme together that people say about Brock, just as an example. But what I've learned in my time since, and hearing those types of things, is that people from other schools do that because they're scared. They're afraid that, there's this university here that every time I come back has a new gigantic building and has graduates leaving and doing more and more, are starting to do greater things than people from those schools that have a much longer history. And that's not supposed to happen in the way that the universe is set up when it comes to post-secondary education. And so what I'd ask of you as a favor is, the thing that's always bothered me since I've left Brock is when graduates from Brock kind of mock their own time here. And what I would encourage you and ask you to do is don't give in to that. Be very proud that you went and graduated from Brock University today, and continue to do the great things that other people in the world that have graduated from Brock University have done. Because when you look back on it, when you're 16 years out from this day like I am today, I think you're going to see that Brock University is only continuing to become greater and greater. And so that would be and that's because of you and what you're going to do from the moment you walk out here and the way that you impact the world. And so be very proud that you went to Brock. Enjoy the fact that you went to Brock. Always come back when you can, and continue to have those relationships as you have. So in closing, always invest in yourself when you can. Always be there for your fellow graduates along the way, especially when they stumble and fall. And always be proud that you graduated from Brock University. I thank you very much for having me a part of your special day. This is so cool for me to be here, and congratulations to you all and to your families. They've been with you every step along the way. And like I said, be very proud that you're a graduate of Brock University. It's been hard work, and congratulations again. Thank you.
He's a bit taller than me. Okay, it's your turn. Will the candidates for the various degrees and certificates please rise? Ready? With the degrees and certificates about to be conferred upon you, there comes a certain expectation. An expectation that you will continually and sincerely pursue learning, truth, and as far as in you lies, you will promote the interests and welfare of your university. Do you acknowledge this expectation? Madam Chancellor, as the candidates have acknowledged the responsibilities that accompany their degrees and certificates, and as they have successfully completed the courses of study prescribed by Senate, I would ask that you admit them to their several degrees and certificates.
I admit you. Please be seated.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive a Bachelor of Kinesiology honors and a Bachelor of Kinesiology with major.
Lona Ahmed. Hamza Hassan. Renee Marie Margaret Allen. Angelica Anderson with first class standing. Ahmed Ali Assad with first class standing. Callista Jordan Azarello. Jayla Mackenzie Babcock. Layla Kareem Badreddin. Christine Joy Bentige. Marissa Danielle Barnes. Connor Jacob Robert Bassey with first class standing. Emmeline Sophie Berger with first class standing. Kayla Jenna Boyle with first class standing. Navtash Singh Brar. Gabrielle Pinto Briero. Patrick Birdie. Noah Benjamin Jose Cabral. Kristen Charlotte Calder with first class standing.
Grace Penelope Cave with first class standing. Brielle Blair Sirconic. Michaela Jade Christensen with first class standing. Jenna Ainsley Churchill Anderson with first class standing. Megan Jane Coxworth. Caitlin Elizabeth Coomer with first class standing. Estelle Nicole Crawford with first class standing. Levante Istvan Caesar. Mackenzie Lee Damiano with first class standing. Fatin Barbaj with first class standing. Sean Derricott. Alec Nicholas DiGiusti. Harvey Francisco DeSagan. Celia Emily DeFazio with first class standing. Jeffrey Thomas Derchinger with first class standing. Stephanie Merle Dolan. Lucas Graham Draper DePrisco. Abigail Sarah Duffin. Michaela Ann Egan with first class standing. McKenna May Farragher with first class standing. Olivia Claire Fetter with first class standing. Jocelyn Charlotte Fletcher. Joshua Foisey. Alyssa Rachel Fong with first class standing. Michael Peter Fonovich. Bailey Ireland Forrester with first class standing. Matthew Fraser Foster. Tierna Jane Franklin. Jamie Rose Godden. Kylie Catherine Gorza with first class standing. Tristan Allen Hagsma with first class standing. Haley Autumn Harkins with first class standing. Sheldon Anthony Harriol. Emily Grace Hawthorne. Caitlin Elizabeth Henderson. Allison Paige Herman. Olivia Grace Hildebrandt with first class standing. Emma Holman. Noah Finley Horniak with first class standing. Austin David Hurley with first class standing. Danielle Genevieve Hushult with first class standing. Ramit Singh Jinjua. Brees Christian Johnson. Christina Jovcik. Haley Cameron Keith. Stephen George Kataris with first class standing. Matthew Robert Hugo Lamoureux. Julia Elizabeth Lavelle with first class standing. McKenna Evelyn Lee LeBlanc. Rachel Faith Ledley. Tara Lynn Lewicki. Vicky Catherine Luong. Brianna Teresa Lutz with first class standing. Caitlin Pauline Marie Martins with first class standing. Hannah Joan Rita Martin. Joshua Domenico Martino. Mackenzie Matheson. Kaylee Brianne Matthews. Alexandra Jessie McCreary. Bryden Suzanne McKenzie. Gavin James Graham McLaughlin. Jonah Duncan McLaurin. Samantha Meir with first class standing. Evelyn Merriman with first class standing. Alyssa Ann Meyer.
It's Matea Quinn Miele.
Matea Quinn Miele with first class standing.
Last name is pronounced Mearsh.
Austin Mackenzie Mearsh with first class standing. McKenna Miranda. Ricky Mystery. Reagan Dale Moffett. Jacob John Moore with first class standing.
It's Moray.
Alexandra Moray.
Pretty straightforward.
Alan Murray with first class standing. Haley Jane Nicholson. Matthew Nye. Margaret Jane O'Brien with first class standing. Annika Joy Olson. Sam Pablumbo with first class standing. Kate Elizabeth Panchuk with first class standing. Alexandra Megan Pepper Murray. David Robert Polson with first class standing. Brooke Maureen Porter with first class standing. Alyssa Sandra Ann Power with first class standing. Yep. Angeline Prasad. Faith Mackenzie Davis. Kaylee Elizabeth Randall with first class standing. Mackenzie Autumn Renta. Kennedy Ann Rodding. Erin Louise Reynolds. Lucas Alexander Ricci with first class standing. Michaela Claire Marie Riley. Abigail Carey Roberts. Rachel Natalie Rodriguez. Claire Margaret Sanderson with first class standing.
Kumari Sayal.
Mira Kumari Sayal with first class standing. Annika Simpson with first class standing. Daniel Connor Sirota. Kayla Ashley Spinks. Emma Nicole Spong with first class standing. Hannah Suzanne Stallman. Abigail Elizabeth Stewart.
Suarez Requena.
Gabriela Marie Suarez Requena. Nathan Harrison Taylor with first class standing. Holly Laura Thompson with first class standing. Jessica Trojan with first class standing. Katrina Jade Valiant with first class standing. Hannah Campbell Van Toll with first class standing. Alexis Marie Patricia Van Boxtel. Allison Caroline Vitus with first class standing. Rachel Ann Weber. Zoe Wells with first class standing. Colby Wheaton first with first class standing. Carter John Alexander Wood. Zoe Amber Young with first class standing. Laura Zodel. Alicia Zaworski with first class standing. Zarman Advice. James William Bell. Brody William Boyd. Daniel Patrick Michael Brophy. Madison Dworak. Tyler Alexander Jankos. Kajalee Jones. Olivia Madeline Jose. Dejmar Mason Adams. Robert Musari. Arsh Wandava. Benjamin Sosniak.
Brendan Daniel Kahn Time.
Brendan Daniel Kahn Tymek. Alexander William Vandenbrink. Emily Ruthann White.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive a Bachelor of Science honors and a Bachelor of Science with major.
Tia Simone Abu Ramoun. Olivia Blakely with first class standing. Emily Ann Bonesteel with first class standing. Claire Violet Buckredan with first class standing. Brody Douglas Crawford with first class standing. Anna Elizabeth Davidson with first class standing. Ravneet Kaur Gatora. Michaela Anisha Gonsalves. Cole Dylan Gordon with first class standing. Hajir Amiri.
Hodgkinson.
Matthew Laird Hodgkinson with first class standing.
Should be pretty straightforward.
Brandon Alexander Johnson with first class standing. Mitchell Vaughn LeBlanc with first class standing. Delia Antoinette Lingard. Cameron Matthew Lynn with first class standing. Marcus Xavier Mazzucato with first class standing. Joshua McNaney. Brianna Nicole Miller with first class standing. Sophia Alex Nikitin with first class standing. Madeline Pearl Brown Nolan with first class standing. Elizabeth Louise Plew. Nicholas Edward Reimer with first class standing. Sarah Grace Reardon with first class standing. Mackenzie Yvonne Rye with first class standing. Ryan Anthony Taylor. Nico Nikolic.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive a Bachelor of Physical Education honors and a Bachelor of Physical Education with major.
Darcy William Allen. Megan Elizabeth Brewing. Katie Rose Cameron with first class standing. Luke Andrew Daru. Lauren Kimberly Dix. Alexander Boban Jakolovich with first class standing. Daniel David Johnson. Robin McKenna Key. Mary Claire Keeler. Ethan Kim. Madeline Amira Lamoshik. Janetta Margot LaRose with first class standing. Marianne Valerie B. Legault. Emma Evelyn Lewis with first class standing. Amanda Carmela Marie Meissner. Enya Nicole Mortley with first class standing. Sarah Rohr with first class standing. Donald Romano. Dominic Shabetta with first class standing. Brendan James Seaver Sutton. Alyssa Claire Sullivan with first class standing. Caitlin Amelia Ann Van Kiesel. Sterling Walker with first class standing. Noah Lloyd Alanya.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present those candidates to receive a Bachelor of Recreation and Leisure Studies honors and a Bachelor of Recreation and Leisure Studies with major and a Bachelor of Recreation and Leisure Studies 3-year.
Heidi Balbach with first class standing. Samantha Michelle Franco Gregorio with first class standing. Harleen Cower. Mandisa Lau with first class standing. Dallas Randall Pierce. Alexander Dean Basso. Stephanie Maria Bray. Stephanie Karen Caldwell. Katrina Clarice Dagenet with distinction. Joyce Ascendi. Alicia Sophia Gomez with distinction. Keandre Japal. Kiana Marino. Sue Ann Russell with distinction. Sarah Jean Grace Turner. Nicholas James Volkner. Christy Falk with distinction. Hannah Elizabeth Herchabes. Lydia Anastasia Parent. Chelsea Ann Rao. Heather Louise Wild.
Madam Chancellor, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive a Bachelor of Sport Management honors and a Bachelor of Sport Management with major.
John Samuel Allen with first class standing. Nicholas Riley Alley. Rami Arabi. Alicia Christine Batchelor with first class standing. Benjamin Alexander Wilson Barros. Spencer Reed Baldwin. Harshit Bavija. Mitchell Beaubien. Neil Bujanavar. Liam Boyenga. Julia Victoria Bomban with first class standing. Yeah. Bryn Lee Booker. Mason Albert Borak with first class standing. Brian Jordan Bowman with first class standing. Emma Grace Brown with first class standing. Madison Ann Bryan. Curtis Frederick Danger Butler. Laura Catherine Bird with first class standing. Dante Joseph Calcagno. Michael Caputo with first class standing. Braden Gregor Stephen Caruso with first class standing. Samantha A. Casey with first class standing. Jabulani Neo Masoko Shipambiri. Mitchell Anthony Choma. Noah Darren Clark Fearman. Isaiah Cleland with first class standing. Matthew Enriques Cordonese. Joseph Colacerdo with first class standing. Bill Kemp Janil Coligio. Declan Daniel Conforton with first class standing. Catriona Lee Cormier with first class standing. Owen Riley Crane. Carson Crestol with first class standing. Scott Christian Cunningham. Carson Curry with first class standing. Maximilian Schul with first class standing. Skylar Mackenzie Dark. Ethan Paul Allen Deline. Matthew Evan Delashimonovich with first class standing. Bailey Nicole Demelier with first class standing. Devin James DeGama with first class standing. Francesco Matthew DiBiase. Jaya Doman with first class standing. Nicholas James Alexander Dugood with first class standing. Matthew Edward Dunn. Remy Cullen Dupoir. Michelle Christine Eastman with first class standing. Kylie Rose Ellis with first class standing. Jaden Dean Engbert. Joseph Alexander Evans with first class standing. Graydon George Farwell with first class standing. Cameron Nathan Felt with first class standing. Zachary Fleming with first class standing. Taryn Flora. Tristan Fowler. Davis Jonathan Fowler with first class standing. Trent Reed Glennie. Michael Robert Globaki with first class standing. Brennan James Gregoire with first class standing. Graham Ronald Fergus Hamilton with first class standing. Patrick Harrison. Arden Joy Harrop with first class standing. Matthew Hipple. Matthew Samuel Nathanson Hitzig with first class standing. Anthony Bogdan James Hornsby with first class standing. Jonah Gregory Hoyos. Luke Charles Huntley Brown. Ava Sophia Iano with first class standing. Jordan Camera Yanatsiello. Kale Thomas Iverson. Natalie Mayumi Azukawa with first class standing. Michael Jude Jaha. Colin Russell Johnson with first class standing. Emily Evelyn Jones with first class standing. Ethan Calef.
Hello.
Emily Lynn Knowles with first class standing. Riley Stephen Kunish. Ethan Jeremy Kula with first class standing. Nick A.H. Lacosta with first class standing. Ryan Gregory Lennon with first class standing. Oops, sorry. Malcolm Perry Lepp.
I think it's
Levier. Nathan Robinson Levier with first class standing. Austin John Leah with first class standing. Eric Lowe with first class standing. Liam Jeffrey Mabley. James David McDonald. Ian Keith McIntosh with first class standing. Cole William Medeiros. Neville Douglas Joseph Medill with first class standing. Alexander David Vito Magley with first class standing. Jaden William McGuire. Akash Chand Mandarata. Siraj Maller. Adam Daniel Mandarano with first class standing. Asher Nathaniel Marcus with first class standing. Petros Peter Mastro Dimitropoulos. Jake Matthews. Ethan Sadler McLean with first class standing. Robert Leonard James McMahon with first class standing. Lucas Stephen Medeiros. Thomas Gerald Miller. Ethan Brandon Mills. Jacob Moon with first class standing. Rishikesh Moore. Lucas Salvatore Winsto Morgante. Jillian Eileen Morningstar. Nicholas Anthony James Morose with first class standing. Holly Elizabeth Morrison. Aiden Wilson Wade Muir. Daniel James Curtis Mulder with first class standing. Madeline Elizabeth Lydia Mungle with first class standing. Aaron Nowakowski with first class standing. Matthew James O'Brien. Matthew James Okrafka with first class standing. Dominic Alexander Pachaco. Duncan Allen Payne. Benjamin Joseph McCarney Perkins. Mark Jonathan Petramala. Victoria Ellen Phillips with first class standing. Jacob David Willis Pickup. Calvin James Pietron. Aaron Alden Priano with first class standing. Benjamin Nicholas Roy Pretty with first class standing. Andrew John Nestor Prastansky with first class standing. Brady Jacob Rivers. Jack Robert Said with first class standing. Tanner Timothy Sanford with first class standing. Alyssa Scalera with first class standing. Joshua John Enzo Simpson. Roberto Stefano Fenton Sinclair with first class standing. Caleb Anthony Skopliak. Cassius Cleveland Small Martin. Congratulations. Alex Smith. Benjamin Maxwell Squires. Hayden David Stam. Alexandre Robert St. Amour with first class standing. Matthew Roy Steknicki with first class standing. Tyler Alexander Stoltz. Mason Jean St. Ange. Josh Ira Sussman with first class standing. Shasha Sarah Tan. Christopher John Temelkovsky. Jordan Silva Tomas. Stephen Gordon Ward Tomlin. Eli Treston with first class standing. Daniel Sager with first class standing. Luke Allen Soon Turner with first class standing. Martin Vasquez. Dylan Viano. Lucas John Wells. Jacob Richard White with first class standing. Connor Stephen Williams with first class standing. Hunter Grant Willier with first class standing. Eric Wouters. Braden Matthew Zahn with first class standing. Zahan Zing with first class standing. Jamie Ryan Ziegelstein. James Archer. Derek Robert McNally Boker. Pierce Kennedy Coe. Alicia Goldburn. Andrew Christian Laskowski. Amal Miakel. Robert Kenneth Pokernick. Callum David Cannon Sasha. Douglas Stewart Good. Dylan Joshua Thomas.
Madam Chancellor, whereas certain candidates who have successfully completed the course of studies prescribed by Senate are absent from this convocation for just cause, I request that you confer upon them their degrees and certificates in absentia.
I admit them to their various degrees and certificates in absentia.
The Senate of Brock University has recommended the awarding of a Dean's Medal to the graduates of each faculty with the highest standing in first honors degree and the highest standing in a first pass degree. I take pleasure in inviting Jeffrey Dertinger to accept this award.
It is my pleasure to introduce Honorary Kapisavanhu, who will present the Board of Trustees Spirit of Brock Medal. Honorary is a member of the Brock University Board of Trustees and is the founder and executive director of Toes Niagara, a not-for-profit organization that works with women and their families from diverse communities and backgrounds, giving them the tools of empowerment for success, or TOES, through multi-lens educational workshops, programs, and other support services. Please join me in welcoming Honorary Kapisavanhu.
President Rigg, Chancellor Pearson, honored guests, faculty, staff, and graduates. The Board of Trustees recognizes the commitment, dedication, and sacrifice that it takes to become a graduate of Brock University. We take great pride in your achievements and share with you and your families in the celebration of your success. As a part of this celebration, the Board of Trustees created a unique award in order to pay tribute to the outstanding achievements and contributions of graduating students. During this convocation ceremony, the Board of Trustees Spirit of Brock Medal will be awarded to an undergraduate student who best exemplifies the spirit of Sir Isaac Brock. A student who demonstrates one or more of the qualities of leadership, courage, innovation, inspiration, community involvement has been recommended to receive the award by their faculty dean. Today, I have the honor to present the Board of Trustees Spirit of Brock Medal to Faculty of Applied Health Sciences undergraduate student Emily Bonnie Steele. Congratulations, Emily.
Good afternoon, Madam Chancellor, Dr. Rigg, Dr. Wells, members of the Platform Party, and of course our graduates, their families and friends. As a member of the Brock University Alumni Association, an alumnus from the Goodman School of Business, class of 1994, that seems like a long time ago, I'm absolutely delighted to be here today to help celebrate your achievements and congratulate all of you on earning your degrees. I'm honored to be among the first to officially welcome all of you to the Brock University Alumni Association and our community. But I will admit that I'm also humbled to represent the many who have crossed this stage over the years, humbled by the contributions of now Dr. Dubas, humbled by the many of the other honored alumni on the stage and in the crowd. And on a very personal note, I'm also humbled to stand here as a proud Brock dad. Today, all of you have joined a community of more than 115,000 people, all of whom have a deep connection to this special place. And as Kyle mentioned in his remarks as well, that's really critical. They come from all parts of Niagara region, they come from across the province and the rest of Canada, and they come from many countries around the world. Brock graduates teach our children, care for us in hospitals and clinics. They create great art and perform on our stages and on our screens. Brock alumni lead our businesses and serve in our governments. They're nurses, doctors, scientists, accountants, teachers, lawyers, poets, union leaders, and social justice activists. They recognize the collective responsibility that we have as Brock grads to make a positive mark on the world in our own unique ways. As you start this new chapter of your lives, I hope you can see yourselves as ambassadors of the university. I hope you'll share your Brock experience with others and be sure to share your journey with us. We want to know that what you've been up to, and so we really want you to keep in touch. Share your email, follow us on social media, attend our events, or drop by the Alumni Relations office on your campus when you're on campus again, just to say hello. The Alumni Association is honored to welcome you today and every day hereafter. In particular, I hope for you to join us on campus next year as we celebrate Brock's 60th anniversary. In the meantime, knowing that we're in this massive community, I invite all of you to join us after today's ceremony in the Rankin Family Pavilion, where you can get your firsthand taste of being part of the Brock alumni community. But before we do that, as I look out towards this big crowd here, I don't want to invite all of you, I'd like to ask each and every Brock grad who's in the auditorium today, whether you're a new graduate, whether you're a parent like myself or my wife, or whether you're an aunt, uncle, friend in the audience, I'd like to ask all of you to stand, everyone who's a graduate from Brock University up here in the auditorium today. Class of 2023, this is your alumni family. Congratulations and welcome to the Brock University Alumni Association.
Congratulations again, all of you. As you know, and as you've heard from many people, you are forever a part of Brock University, and we are so very proud of all that you've accomplished. At this time, I'm going to ask if we can just take a moment to recognize the Brock staff and faculty who have worked and volunteered to make this event a special occasion. We will now conclude with the singing of O Canada. Before we start, when the national anthem is finished, will all the family and friends please stay seated? We will have the platform party exit, and then the graduates will exit. And then after, as you've heard, all of you are invited to a celebration, the new alumni reception, which is in the lobby of the tower, which is the Rankin Family Pavilion. So please go, learn who your new alumni community is, and revel in all that you've done. So at this time, if we can please stand for the playing of O Canada.
O Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north, strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for glorious and free. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
I declare this convocation dismissed.